Now, there are a lot of things in life that give us a sort of illusion of providing us some kind of peace, some kind of stability, comfort. Let's look at money, for example. If you've got a lot of money, there's a sort of gusto that you may live with mentally, telling yourself a story of, I got everything I need, I can take care of myself. And so that does provide a certain kind of comfort. But that comfort from that money doesn't protect you from all the other worries of life. And you may find yourself even more worried because the more money you have, now you got more money to worry about. Not to mention overnight, the stock market could crash. It's happened before. People who had millions of dollars, it turned into nothing overnight. There's also a kind of peace that you may get from looking really good, like physically attractive is what I mean by this. And this is nice because you can walk through life with a certain kind of comfort about yourself, that, hey, no matter what's going on, at least I'm attractive, at least I look good. But, our looks change over time. And we live in a society now that is kind of portraying that that's not true because we have certain celebrities or, older people who, have remained their youth. But, they're also very likely injecting their faces with like a lot of Botox and going through facial surgeries. And what I'm really trying to say to you is there are so many things in life that promise us peace. Like drugs, for example. If you're not feeling well, you can take this drug and it'll help you feel better. But whatever the drug gives you, it's going to be taken away every single time. It's never going to last. And often it'll take you to a lower place than where you even started. Why am I telling you this? Things that you probably already know and recognize, whether you're consciously thinking about it today or maybe you thought about it last week. I know that you understand what I'm saying and the truth in it. We are not going to be able to find anything in this world around us that can provide us a true and lasting peace. Because all of the things that give us peace, like it's nice weather today, well, that could change tomorrow. The things that give us peace, like I don't have work today, so I'm able to just sit in the nature. Well, that's going to change a few days from now when I go back to work. You see what I'm saying? A relationship that gives you peace. Well, you might have some turmoil in that relationship and some things may change as they often do. And the reason I'm saying all these things to you isn't to scare you or cause you to look at the world around you and to feel even more stressed and worried that there's nothing here that can give you true peace. Actually, the moment that we realize, this is why I'm having this conversation with you, the moment that we realize there's nothing in this world that can really give us a true stability, a true lasting peace, something we can really depend on. The moment you realize that is actually a very critical moment in your spiritual journey. It's a profound moment where everything changes and you begin to step to a sort of next level in your path, where a new sort of wisdom begins to grow in you. Because in the beginning of our spiritual journeys, it's so funny, you can hear screaming children and things like this. I don't know if you guys can hear that in the mic, but it's one of the funny things that when I go to turn on the camera or talk to you about peace, how many things can chaotically begin to instantly start changing around me. Train horns, my dog's barking, screaming children, whatever it is. Maybe it just starts pouring rain on my camera out of nowhere. That's life, But anyways, I want to walk it back. So in the beginning of our spiritual journeys, what many of us are drawn to, it's all these summits, these mountains, these sort of things that cause us to want to reach and strive to get more for ourselves. Because in the beginning of our spiritual journey, when we're still maturing, where it's really all about, I'm going to manifest more money. I'm going to attract better relationships. I'm going to get my dream job. I'm going to live in my dream location. But you know what happens to people who do this? What happens to them is they either try really, really hard for a long time to make those things happen, and maybe it doesn't, and so they finally give up. And in that giving up, a new level up in their spiritual journey happens, which I'll explain to you in a moment. Or if you're anything like me, you might actually achieve a lot of the things that you set out to, only to find that it doesn't matter how many YouTube subscribers you have. It doesn't give you peace. It's never enough. You know, I'll never forget when I thought just getting 1,000 subscribers would be the most incredible thing. I'd feel so good. I'd feel so valuable and worthy, you know, like I made it. And I hit 1,000 and it was like, I need 10,000. I need 30,000. You know, it's never enough. Nothing in this world ever is. And this is so important that we realize this. We have to, if we're really going to step up in consciousness, to really do the work that I believe we really came here and are here spiritually to do. I do not believe, because of the things that I've experienced, that we are here to get as much money and fame and success for ourselves as we can. I do not believe that we're here to get as many crystals as possible or learn as many rituals of manifestation or whatever it is. I do not believe that we're here for these things. I believe that these are what I call and what many have referred to as false summits. It's the idea that once I get that, or once I get there, or I achieve this, I'm going to have everything I'm looking for, and I'm going to feel so good, and it's all going to be perfect, and it's not. As a matter of fact, there's a moment at each of these summits that I've reached personally for myself where it's like, oh, I made it, followed by this very strange feeling of dread of what is the point of life? Is this all meaningless? It's this weird moment where some very conscious and very aware part of me starts to feel dread, like what's the point of life? What is going on? Almost starts to feel like restless, like what do I do? What do I do? This wasn't enough. It didn't really mean anything. It didn't really do what I thought it was going to do. And that's just the way it keeps going. The problem that a lot of us face, trying to find some good lighting here because sun's setting and the trees are blocking it. The problem is that what most of us do in the beginning of our spiritual journeys while we're still maturing is once we experience that feeling where we're like, what's the point? Why wasn't this enough? Some of us are so scared to face that feeling, to really look at it and question, what is the purpose of life? Is this really what I'm supposed to be doing? You see what I'm saying? So what do? We just choose some new goal, some new thing. Okay, well, I bet I'm probably not feeling like I got everything I was looking for because I don't have, a romantic partner yet, or I don't have enough money, or if I just get more subscribers, or hey, like this crystal I got is like really cool and I like the vibe of it, but now I want a bigger one. I want one that's even more powerful, right? It's never enough. None of these things are ever enough. Look, this is the way this world is. Even if you're hungry, like your actual hunger physically, you can eat food and it'll fill you, but you always get hungry again. You notice this? When you drink water, you always get thirsty again. It's the nature of this world. Now, you can look around you and say that this world is evil because there's nothing in it that will fill us. But here's the way I see it. And, I'm not a master. I want you to understand this. I'm just a dude living my life, growing and doing the best I can to show up every day and really listen and pay attention. And to me, what it feels like is it's on purpose. I think there's nothing in this world that can fill us so that it gets us to this place where we finally realize there's nothing in this world that will fill us or give us what we're looking for. And that hunger in us will lead us to the truth, which is what each of us is really looking for. Underneath all of this hunger for food, for power, for money, for peace, the hunger for everything, underneath it is a very deep, deep hunger. And nothing in this world can fill it for a reason. Because this hunger in you that nothing in this world will satisfy is pointing you in the direction that there is another world that exists, which is what you hunger for. There is. There is another world which who you really are, your true spirit, yearns for and is looking for. Every hunger that you have, there is something that exists to fill it. The fact that you have a hunger that nothing can fill in this world, it's a yearning for another world. It's a yearning for what I've come to feel is home, your true home. This might be your home, planet Earth. But there is spirit in you, and planet Earth is not the home for your spirit. It's not. As a matter of fact, spirit is what has created the entire Earth. There is a creator who created your spirit. And this is the home that we are looking for. In other words, said very plainly to you, what we're looking for is God. We're looking for God. And we can play the game of life here on planet Earth all we want, getting more money, more power, more success, more fulfilling our dreams, manifest this, manifest that. We can play that game as long as we want. But none of it is going to give you what who you really are is looking for. And what we're looking for is God. We're looking for our true home because some part of us knows that this place is not that. Some part of us knows that we have separated ourselves from God. To come and be here, have this experience, you're welcome to, theorize about why we're here and whether we're doing this on purpose or not, or whatever you want to think about it. I'm not here to tell you things about that today in this video. But what I will say is this. What we're looking for is God. Once you realize that, it changes everything. Because it gives you this new way of being, where you don't need all the things you thought you did. You don't need them. All you need is God. And here's the best thing about God. Well, I wouldn't say it's the best thing, but here's a great thing that is in accordance with this conversation. If you cut off both my arms and both my legs, I'd still have God. If you gave me a lobotomy, I'd still have God. If you took all my money, all my clothes away, I'd still have God. If you threw me out in the cold rain and snow, naked, freezing, I'd still have God. If you took away my partner, I'd still have God. If you took away and deleted my YouTube channel, I'd still have God. You see, this is the joke. This is the weird, ironic, cosmic, what the heck is going on here? The very thing that it is that we are looking for in everything, but we're looking in all the wrong places because we don't even realize what it is we're looking for. The very thing that we are looking for is the very thing that can never be taken away from you. It is the very thing. It's literally like we're in this world and we're like, where am I? Am I in that career success? No, I'm not over there. Am I in the money? Oh, no, I'm not there either. Am I in this relationship? No, that's not quite right either. We're looking and looking and looking, but what we're looking for is literally right here. It's within us. And I want to clarify this because there's a lot of debate as to whether, God is in us or not. whether God is outside of us or in us. And I say, this is just my opinion, I believe that it is both. That God created us and created all of this, but that there is a spirit to God, and that spirit is in everything that God creates. So God's spirit is in us, and it's like we're just looking for home. And the reason that I believe that this can give us peace to have this conversation and hear this, because I know it's not like, here, put this Band-Aid on and everything will be fine. I just thought that maybe you'd like to hear the truth expressed to you today. For whatever reason. You know, maybe you're really caught up in pursuing something or achieving something right now. And I say, are you trying to achieve and pursue this thing or this person or this money or get all this stuff for yourself in your life? Are you trying to achieve it because some part of you feels like you'll be more peaceful and comfortable and happy and fulfilled when you get it? Because if that's the case, you're walking in the wrong direction. I'm sorry, but I'm just telling you the truth. You're making a mistake. However, if you are creating things and doing things in this life and moving towards something because the Spirit of God in you is expressing itself in this way, meaning what you are doing is not for some end result. It's not because you're looking for peace. It's not because you're looking for more money. It's not because you're looking for the gratification. It's, for a lack of a better way of explaining it, it's because it's who you are, because it's who God has created you to be. It is the authentic spark of creation working and moving through you. And it's when we live in this way that the funny thing is that so many things begin to work out for us, things that never really did. It doesn't mean that all the material aspects of life and the way our society has everything built up begin to just immediately just work for you. Because the fact of the matter is to get to the place that is what and where I am talking about in this video, you have to let go of your need to participate in the things that this world presents to you as being what you need to do. Running on that hamster wheel, making that money, doing all this stuff, making sure that everybody in your community likes you and thinks you're great, right? That all these things that we get caught up in, these narratives, keep us from the truth of who we really are, because it makes us so busy trying to be what the world and society and everybody around us tells us we're supposed to be, where actually all of the power is in you being who it is that you actually are. And to clarify this even further, to bring God even more into this conversation, I don't know who I am, and neither do you. But that's the beauty of letting go and surrendering to God. It's part of the beauty. Because all of a sudden, the Spirit of God, you stop holding it back. You stop trying to say to life, this is who I am, and I'm telling you who I am, and life, you better reflect to me what I want you to reflect. We stop doing that and we let go and we take a step back and we say, Spirit, just be. Just let it happen. Let life happen. And this is a beautiful thing. We grow naturally when we live in this way to who it is that we really are. And we come closer and closer to God because that Spirit in us wants to authentically express itself. Truly it does. And we can wear as many masks and different outfits as we want. It will never give us what we're looking for. It won't. If anything, it's going to make you feel further and further from home and cause more and more distress from you, which is often what happens when people begin to realize nothing in this world is going to give them what they want or what they really need. That it's all just an illusion in a sense. One thing I can say is that we are all here and we are all in this together. And I personally believe that many people think that this game of life, as if it's a game that we logged into, like we're souls and we log in to play these characters in this game. I believe that there is a mass confusion and sort of sickness taking place in the collective of humanity. Imagine logging into a game like Call of Duty, which is like a war game, and thinking that the point is to gather materials and build a base for yourself. You're confused. It's not Minecraft, it's Call of Duty. So the way I feel about this is that we have logged into this game, and there's a mass confusion that people believe the point of this game is to get as much money and as much big of a house for yourself and make sure everybody likes you and get as famous as possible. It's a sickness, it's a disease, it's a confusion. This is not what the point of this game is. How do I know? How do I know? Because if it was the point, then getting that bigger house would fill you, and it won't. Ding, 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 it's not the point of the game, okay? How do I know? Because getting more money is not going to satisfy you. It'll never be enough. How do I know? Because making everybody like you or getting famous or getting more subscribers is never going to give you what you're looking for. If this was the point of the game, then don't you understand that there would be a sort of finishing that takes place within you when you achieve it? Oh, I beat the game. And yet every time you get these things for yourself, all it really reveals within you is that this is not the point of the game. And then you just get confused and scared. You want to know the one thing that I've discovered, and I'm only 27 years old, by the way, so there's still more time for me to learn more, as is the case for all of us. If we're alive and breathing, there's more to learn and more to grow and experience, I'd say. But the only thing that has ever been like, this is what I was looking for, this actually fills me, is God. That's it. Nothing else has ever done it. Therefore, I believe that the purpose of this game, even though we have all been so confused, is to find God, to come home to the truth. And because this is such a long video already, I'm not going to continue the conversation, but I have a lot of videos where I talk about God and these sort of fulfillments and how we can come closer to God through prayer and break free from the lies and the illusion that really holds us back and keeps us in suffering. So if you want to see those videos and hear more about this, literally just click my face, my icon or whatever, go to my YouTube page and look at some of the recent videos. And yeah, I hope that you have enjoyed this casual conversation about this. Let me know what you think about this below. And I look forward to seeing you in the next. Much love, peace, and blessings to you in your life. See you soon.